So it's been a great 2025 for a lot of us on this channel right here, with some of you guys being up 40%, 50%, 60% or more, and even some of our stocks that floundered are finally gaining some momentum. But the chaos is high with the actions in the Middle East, the Fed still looking to be completely clueless, crazy geopolitical chaos, and other tenuous situations being right on the verge of exploding that will affect Tesla, Palantir, SoFi, and many other stocks that we love. The good news is you will get my complete plan today to dominate times like this, but I do have a single warning that will unravel even the best plans, so you have to hear the warning so it doesn't happen to you. We don't want that to happen. Just make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype, because that's exactly what you're going to get today. So I am using this 4-step plan to absolutely dominate this market. Now, not in the short term. Let me be very, very clear. You're not going to do that. I always look dumb in the short term. And just for an example here, I was dumb for buying Palantir at, $8, $9, $10 or so when it fell all the way down to $6 because they're going to go bankrupt and a bad company and Alex banged the table and all that other stuff like that. And you know what? When I was buying SoFi at $6, it was a bad move since it actually fell down to $4, which of course I bought there too at that $4 mark and everywhere in between. But long term, I like how all of those buys turned out in the end. That is what I'm looking for, is not short-term wins, but long-term definitive victories. And that is what this plan is all about. That is what this plan will do. But there is a warning that comes with this plan that you must avoid or your plan will blow up. So we will cover that too, because we don't want that to happen. So number one, I will take what the market gives me. Look, guys, you cannot play Wall Street's game. They will provide you with opportunity. They always have, and they always will. So what exactly does that mean? I know that didn't make a lot of sense there, but just kind of go along with me here. What does that mean? It means continue to buy undervalued assets based on valuation, and those are going to shift from time to time. I know I get a lot of criticism for my buy list because sometimes I'm just buying the same stock for months on end, maybe even longer than that, but that just happens to be what Wall Street's giving me, and I'm not playing their game. I don't always get to buy what I want to buy, but a little patience goes a long way in getting that right buy. So let me give you some examples here. Some years I buy a ton of Apple, for example, like I did back in 2021 at 115 because everyone else wanted to buy Tesla at 400 instead. So I was busy buying Apple at 115 because that is what the market gave me. That is what Wall Street gave me. Patience allowed me to just buy what the market gave me. And then when all the money flooded to Apple, there was Tesla in the low 100s for you to scoop up, which I didn't need to buy Apple at the time. So I didn't buy Apple. I could buy Tesla instead at a great valuation. Now, some years, I don't buy any shares of a particular stock that I love because of valuation, which leads me to the next point, which is I will put in the work and have price targets for each stock I want to own. We can't execute on number one if you have no idea what fair value is in the first place. If the market goes south, whatever the case is, you will sell because you don't know what you own, or whenever it's on some ridiculous hype run, you're going to way overpay for a stock because, again, you don't know what fair value is in the first place. You haven't done a valuation. You don't know exactly what you should be paying for that stock. We have to know all of that stuff intimately. We have to know that stock intimately to avoid panic selling and FOMO buying at those talks. And yes, I have courses and coaching on exactly how to do a valuation and get a real price target. And the summer sale is still live for those of you guys that want to jump on the sale and lock in that price for life to learn exactly how you do it so that way you guys don't get burned. It's the pinned comment down there. There's a lot more included that we'll discuss at the end of this video, but you must learn it in the end. That's the bottom line. I mean, I don't care. Don't join my group. Google it, join another group, take a course, but you have to learn it. And no, I'm sorry, there is no calculator or magic formula or tool that does all your due diligence for you. You have to put in the proper work. And that is exactly what we teach in our group and what we try to do right here on this channel. I mean, if you want shortcuts or trade alerts or signals or whatever the case is from someone who doesn't even do an actual evaluation, well, I mean, good luck. And I guess you're going to get what you get in the end there. I don't know any, trade alert millionaires or anything else of that nature. Sorry, but I know that is not the most likely scenario to get you where you want to be. Number 3, continue to raise cash during slow times and look for ways to increase my income or reduce expenses. Now, if I'm being upfront here, I didn't buy a whole lot in 2021 because the market just went bonkers and valuations made no sense. So I basically just stacked cash for the vast majority of that year. But on the flip side of that, that allowed me to buy like crazy in 2022 for basically the entire year. And 2023 started off that same way, and I was buying like crazy. And then I stopped buying nearly as heavy as stuff kind of ran up and I stacked cash once again for the next time. The same pattern emerged this year. Basically, massive rally to start off this year, right? So I was stacking cash. And then chaos ensued, giving us great deals, and it was time to go shopping. This is how you ensure you have plenty of capital in the end. Not waiting until we have a crisis moment to then build up your cash and try to buy it, but doing it while everybody else is chasing all the hype overpriced stuff because they weren't prepared for the crash, so they didn't buy the crash. They were forced to chase because they didn't buy the crashes or the corrections in the first place like we got this year. I also, in the meantime, found new business ventures, cut even more out of my budget to further maximize my investing. When you do those types of things and you're actively pursuing those all the time, that is how you grow your money loops over years and decades. It may only be $50 here, $100 there, but do that over the course of 10 years, and you'll be surprised as to how many thousands of dollars that is every single month that come into your account that you can turn right around and invest back in the market during those times. Continually doing that puts you in a spot where you aren't stuck saying, I wish I had more money to invest during those downturns, during those crash time periods or correction periods. Invest in yourself today, sacrifice today so you can invest in your future and enjoy a life you only dreamed of in that future. And if you don't want to believe me, hey, that's all right. I understand completely. We have group members that have done it as well, starting from the same exact spot as you. So it is possible if you're willing to put in the work and do what is necessary in order to get yourself there. But you got to learn how to solve the money problem. Number 4, I will ignore Wall Street, the media, and YouTube and stick to facts. Now, let me be abundantly clear about this. I don't care about analysts. I don't care about economists. I don't care about what the traders are doing. I don't care about the latest hot stock or anything else of that nature. They are all wrong way more than they are right over the long run. That has proven true repeatedly over and over and over again. I mean, in 2021, they all said buy stocks at all-time highs at crazy, ridiculous valuations because, I don't know, to the moon, right? New economy, new market, whatever the case was. That was actually the worst time to buy. And yes, guess what? That included many of our favorite analysts out there that we all love to quote as, bullish points for our stocks, like Dan Ives, who said Tesla was a steal at $400 in 2021, according to him, and had some, 485 price target or something like that on Tesla way back then. We all know exactly how that turned out and exactly how bad it would have been to actually go down that rabbit hole. And we saw it again in 2022, right? They all said, don't buy stocks. The economy and stocks are going to crater more. A big recession is coming and maybe a depression is possible. Just basically run away. The reality was it was the best time to buy stocks. Just think about it. Palantir, 6s, Meta in the 80s, Google in the 80s, Amazon in the 80s, Nvidia, 15, whatever the heck it would have been at the time, split since then. Tesla at 100. So many incredible deals on incredible companies with taking on virtually no risk and owning those companies, but yet everybody was telling you to run away when it was the best time to buy. And in 2023, all the little pretty charts and lines on little graphs saying can't miss indicators all said a bad recession is guaranteed to happen in 2023. So sell or get defensive or hedge or all that other stuff was out there. And instead, it was the exact opposite. A great rally in stocks happened and we were up over 100% for that year. And 2024 was pretty much rinse and repeat of 2023. Same narrative and the same exact outcome. That's because in the end, earnings are what matters, not pretty charts or indicators or fancy formulas or predictors or spreadsheets or analysts or economists or anybody else out there. All the facts you need are in earnings. They won't be found in the news anywhere from any of the other side, regardless of where you lean politically or anything else like that. You're not going to find the answers anywhere. You're going to find them in the earnings. Here, let me give you another example. You want to know what's really going on in the economy with the consumer and with businesses, both small and large businesses? Listen to the big banks' earnings calls, not highlights, not the news clips or headlines or YouTube video, the entire earnings call, because they're constantly misquoted or a quote is cherry picked out of it. Basically, they'll say 45 great things about the economy, consumers and everything else of that nature, businesses, everything else. And then over here, this one little thing over here, they'll say, but there is potential for this one downside over here. Storm clouds ahead. Jamie Dimon's famous for saying that. We kind of see that off in the distance over here. And everybody will latch right onto that and basically say, oh man, well, recession's coming, bad times are coming, and ignore the 45 great points over here. That's why you have to listen to the call, because if you do that and listen to the entire call and ignore the highlights or anything else like that, you will see how laughably wrong and ridiculous the narratives are about all of those things that you see on TV, on YouTube, and everywhere else. All right, so although despite you guys having all that information, it's laid out, it's not a hard plan at all to follow, there is a big warning that you must hear. And that is, don't fall for, if this happens, we are doomed thinking. Every single year for the 27, 28 years, however long it's been that I've been an active investor, I have heard that if this happens, the stock market is doomed, or the economy is doomed, or all of it's doomed. Sometimes it's war, sometimes it's inflation, sometimes it's the price of oil. Basically every 4 years, it's if this person or that person is elected, it's the end. Sometimes it's Beanie Babies, for goodness sakes, that are going to crater the stock market. And you guys think I'm kidding? I'm not. The narratives are crazy. But that has never been true one time in 27 years. And guess what? But this time it's different, Luke. That also hasn't been true once in over 27 years. If this country invades that country or does that or does this, the market will crash and never come back, and we're in for a world of hurt. That also hasn't been true once in 27 years. You have to ignore that sort of talk and focus on earnings and the execution of your plan. Not the news, not social media nonsense. That is everywhere from all the quote unquote experts. You ignore it all, execute on your plan, dig into those earnings, and you will do very, very well with investing. And again, if you want to learn exactly how to do evaluation and you want to know exactly how to set price targets, create an entire holistic plan, start to finish, goals, everything involved with it, get coaching, get courses, be a part of the best 6, 7, and 8-figure Discord out there helping you. Jump on our live Q&As where you can talk to me anytime you want. I'll help you work through all that. Make sure you take advantage of the summer sale that's going on right now, where you get to lock in that price for life. You get it right now. You keep it for as long as you stay a member. Make sure you check it out. It's the pinned comment down there. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market. And click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.